glad the waters are so shallow when the river...
Доброго времени суток, дорогие друзья, с вами Nevermore, и мы продолжаем проходить Alan Wake. В прошлый раз мы наконец-то добрались до бензоколонки. Так, где здесь что? Только что поднял. Только что поднял листовку и что-то не могу ее найти. Ну, окей.
The Deer Fest had been 2 weeks away when we arrived. If the day count on the banner was right, I was missing a whole week between the night we got here and now.
Какое все-таки назначение у кофе, интересно?
I had to get inside the gas station to find a phone to call for help. The garage was a mess. It looked like someone had trashed the place, or that there'd been some kind of fight.
Да, драка, скорее всего. Не люблю я замкнутые пространства.
All right. I'll keep writing. Outside there's only darkness. Outside the cabin, outside the story, there's only darkness. I can feel her presence in the dark. Just now, I could smell her perfume in the room. I'll reach her, I'll fix it up. I'll bring her back. The story will come true. If I stop, she's lost. I don't believe this. It'd been me on the TV, talking crazy. Was I losing my mind?
До конца не ясно. Сон это не сон. Какая-то потусторонняя реальность, как в Silent Hill, или еще что.
Bright Falls Sheriff Station.
Шериф.
Oh, thank God, Sheriff.
Sheriff Sarah Breaker. You are...
I'm Alan Wake, but listen, I was in a car crash. My wife, Alice, she's missing.
Calm down, Mr. Wake.
We were staying in a cabin on the island, on Cauldron Lake.
There's no island on Cauldron Lake, not since the big eruption in the 70s.
Please, I can take you there, okay?
You look like you've taken a pretty bad knock to the head. Are you okay?
Listen.
We'll figure this out. Please get in the car. We'll swing by the lake and then we'll go to the station, okay? Mr. Wake, have you seen Stucky, the guy who owns this place?
I realized I couldn't tell her what had happened in the forest. She wouldn't have believed me. And then she wouldn't have helped me with Alice.
Оригинальная игра. Мне нравится. Что, нет острова, что ли? Вот это же скач.
A candy-colored clown they call the Sandman tiptoes to my room every night, and just to sprinkle stardust and to whisper, go to sleep, everything is
Нет, игра сделана классно.
I close my eyes.
Previously on Alan Wake. I came to Bright Falls with my wife, Alice.
Thank you for coming here with me. I thought maybe you could
Прям как
wait
сериал
here.
I don't
какой-то.
want to hear it. God damn it, Alice.
Now, she's missing.
Alice? Alice?
I woke up behind the wheel of a crashed car. I'm missing a week. I was attacked by shadowy men straight from a nightmare. The sheriff took me to the lake Alice and I had stayed at. But the cabin had disappeared.
Эпизод 2. Одержимые. Не, 3 года назад. Это прям как кино. Эту игру можно смело было выпускать эксклюзивом для PlayStation 3. Там любят такие игры-фильмы.
Honey, I'm home.
А, вот, дали
Back
поиграть.
here, sweetie. How was it?
Worst weather I've ever seen.
You should put some coffee on. It'll warm you up.
Кофе это хорошо. Я люблю кофе.
Hey, handsome. This is gonna be a long night, but these shots are turning out great.
Да, очень
I guess
люблю.
you're gonna need that coffee then. I'll go put it on.
Наверное, на кухне. Ты похож на кофеварку.
Coffee's on.
Great, thanks. I'll need it if I'm gonna finish this by tomorrow.
Только как бы кофе-то нету. Плохой домишка.
Oh, hey, I just finished those cover mock-ups. They're on your desk. Tell me what you think.
No kidding. I didn't think you'd get them done this quickly.
On occasion, I can perform all sorts of miracles, my dear.
Oh, really?
Well, you seemed to think so last night.
Где макеты? Женщина, ты издеваешься? Ты заставляешь меня ходить туда-сюда по всему дому.
These look really good.
Oh, sure, until Barry gets his hands on them. Which, by the way, will happen over my dead body. The last time was the last time. Oh, and speaking of Barry, he called. Alan! Alan!
Стой, 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 давай
It's
так.
true what they say about the
Правду
fall
говорят,
and
убивает не
sudden
падение, а
stop at
внезапная
the
остановка
end.
в конце. Я лежал здесь в снегу, а в голове у меня раз за разом повторялась жуткая вереница сцен, которые привели меня сюда, повтор моего личного кино с реальным убийством, память моего трупа. Алан Уэйк, почти что Джон Уэйк. Опять я играю словами. Роковая женщина исчезла, остался только кислый привкус поцелуя, который убил меня.
Please check the fuse box.
I'm right here. I'm on it, honey.
Please hurry.
Так, стопэ. Там еще что-то было почитать.
This was a late goodbye.
Это было запоздалое прощание через 13 лет после того, как я отомстил. Оно наконец настигло меня, боль пришлось терпеть долго, моя кровь окрасила снег. Этакий зловещий коктейль с замороженным соком растворила в себе, растворила все разбросанные болеутоляющие и лениво капала в сточную трубу, смешиваясь с желчью города, становясь не одним целым. Теперь я вижу их, мою жену и сына. Милая, я дома. Пока меня это напрягает. Страшные вещи. Так, проверить предохранители.
I really don't like this, Alan. Please hurry.
Ну, спокойно. Сейчас все починим.
Honey, it's a power outage. I've got the flashlight.
Okay.
Шо, окей, где ты?
Hi.
You okay?
I'm sorry. It just really spooked me.
Don't worry. We'll just break out the candles.
I know it's stupid, but it's just... Especially when I'm not prepared for it, you know? It gets to me.
I love you.
Tell me a story, writer.
Okay. I used to have these nightmares when I was a kid. The dark really spooked me, too. When it got really bad, my mom gave me this old light switch. She called it the clicker.
The clicker, huh?
Yeah. If I ever got scared of the dark, I could just flip the switch and a magic light would scare the monsters away.
Oh, sure.
Here it is.
Alan.
Maybe it'll help you, too.
Yeah, nice story, writer boy. You made that up right now, didn't you?
No. Seriously.
I love you, even if you are a liar. Thanks for this.
Мелодраматично, так. Я думал, игра будет, ну, как бы, пожестче, монстры, все дела, а тут вон такие... Bright Falls, настоящая. А это типа 3 года назад в
How do you
Нью-Йорке.
feel, Mr. Wick? Any nausea, disorientation, anything like that? Mr. Wick, how are you feeling?
I'm okay. My head's fine. I had to lie about my headache and memory loss. He'd send me to a hospital for tests. I couldn't leave without Alice.
Very well. I don't think you have a concussion, but you've obviously been through quite a shock. You should take it easy for a couple of days.
Thanks.
Well then, Mr. Wake, we're done here. If the pain gets any worse or you experience any other symptoms, you should come see me. I'll let you get on with it then. Sarah, Sheriff Breaker, is waiting for you. She's very good at her job. I'm sure she can locate your wife in no time.
Doc Nelson was the image of a small-town doctor. Sheriff Breaker had called him to the station to take a look at the cut in my head.
Что ж, рыба?
I'm sorry you had to cut your morning fishing short for this, Doc.
Oh, she's a beauty, ain't she? Not the biggest I ever caught, if you can believe that coming from an old fisherman like me, but she's right up there. Now, she's a largemouth bass, which is what you're after if you prefer a lure. Now, if you want either trout or salmon, on the other hand, then it's fly fishing for you. You a fishing man, Mr. Wake? Oh, doesn't really matter, I suppose. But it can be very relaxing out there. You can't get me off the water this time of year. Closest thing to heaven.
I'll take your word for it, Doc.
Все-таки очень мне эта игра напоминает Silent Hill, да? То есть как бы главный герой, ему помогает полицейский, полицейская, притом, ну, в данном случае шериф, но это не имеет никакого
I
значения.
believe you'll find the sheriff in her office. Just go down the corridor.
Пропала жена, ну, в случае с Silent Hill там, дочка главного героя. Так. Опять сумасшедшая женщина.
Thank you for testing the lights, Miss Weaver. Everything seems to be fine.
I don't have the luxury of being complacent, Deputy Grant. The bulbs will need changing soon. You can't change them in the dark.
Поболтаем
I'll be
с тобой?
sure to take care of it, Miss Weaver. Have a nice day now.
Very good. I'll
Nельзя
come
с ней
back later
поговорить.
on to remind you, just in case.
Сумасшедшая.
Mr. Wake, the sheriff is waiting for you in her office down the corridor.
Прям по коридору. Воу. Соответственно, мужчина пропал без вести 21 2007-го. Отличительные признаки. Мастер побеждает в состязаниях. Ричард Баух, Брюс, Данский, Джейкоб Миллер не вернулись вовремя из статического похода и не выходят на связь. Если вы видели их или вам известно их местонахождение, позвоните по так. Люди пропадают. Сара Брейкер.
Come in, Mr. Wake. Your phone's on the desk. The battery was dead. It's charged now.
Ага, спасибо.
Have you started looking for my wife yet?
My men are already on it. Now, can you tell me what happened?
I'm not sure. I can't remember. We were arguing. I walked out of the cabin.
The cabin on Cauldron Lake? How did you end up at Stucky's gas station?
I wanted to tell her what had happened last night, but I couldn't. She'd lock me up. Excuse me. I need to take this. Hello?
Alice, please help me.
Alice?
Stop talking to the law. You'll do exactly what I say if you ever want to see your wife again.
Who is this?
Go to the back lot. There's a hole in the fence on the left. Look inside the junker. I left a little something there to convince you we're all on the same page here. After you ditch the cops, you're gonna meet me in Elderwood National Park. There's a spot called Lover's Peak. Midnight. Don't do nothing stupid, pal. We're watching you.
Mr. Wake, can I help you with anything?
I need to get some air. The sheriff said I could go out back.
Of course, Mr. Wake. You can get there through the cell corridor.
Hey, can you turn the light? The light's on! The deputies, they don't understand. They won't listen to me. I need it. Thank you, man, thank you. Hey, you're alright. You're a good guy. Don't let anybody tell you different.
Страничка. Хотя она и носила человеческое обличие, но назвать темную сущность разумной значило применить человеческое понятие к тому, что было совершенно чуждо всему человеческому. Тем не менее, она нашла единственное достаточно темное место во всей закусочной. Свет, льющийся в коридор, страшно мучил ее. Но она терпела. Писатель скоро исправит положение. Он направлялся в то единственное место, где власть все еще принадлежала ей. О чем речь? Я что-то вообще как-то...
The early morning light hurt my eyes and made my head ache. The man on the phone had said, go through the fence on the left.
Сначала кофе.
Well, folks, it's been another long night, and it's about time for me to sign off for a while. God knows I need my beauty sleep.
О боже. А, нельзя тогда? Проблема. Да я понял, куда. Меня очень печалит, что Уэйк не может перелезть через забор. Проблемный вынес. Как сломать доски, так запросто, да? Что там может?
Alice's driver's license had been placed on the front seat. The caller meant business.
Barry?
Ow! Ow! Thank God! Where the hell have you been? I've been trying to reach you for a week, you and Alice. Oh, I've been worried sick. I flew out yesterday. I'm here in Bright Falls.
Barry, listen to me. I'm at the sheriff's station. Come and get me. I can't talk now.
Ow! What the hell is going on?
I had to get the sheriff to let me go. I needed to get to Elderwood National Park to meet Alice's kidnappers.
Выйти из управления шерифа.
A writer is a light that reveals the world of his story from darkness, shapes it from nothingness. The way a sculptor carves a statue from a block of granite. If I stop, the world I'm making dies. Darkness will reclaim it. It's a long, hard journey into the dark. Alice's life is...
Marvelous, Sarah. I just wanted to settle all the damage the Anderson brothers might have inadvertently caused on their recent and regrettable little outing. They are not accountable.
Без палева вышли.
Are you feeling any better, Mr. Wake?
I'd like to leave. Am I free to go?
Well, we still need to talk about...
Am I under arrest?
No, of course not. But I need to know where you'll be staying so I can get in touch with you.
I'd avoid the motel. The Majestic is known for its roaches. The cabins at Elderwood are pretty nice, though.
That sounds perfect.
I'm Dr. Emil Hartman. I'd like to invite you to stay at Cauldron Lake Lodge.
Did you talk to my wife?
I had the pleasure of discussing your situation with her on several occasions.
Did you set something up with her?
I invited her here. My clinic is a place where...
Oh, hey!
Whoa.
Take it easy.
Hey, nobody move! Get your hands off of my client!
Who are you?
I'm Barry Wheeler, his agent. If you have business with Mr. Wake, you talk to me. You yokels won't know what hit you once I sick my lawyers on your asses.
No harm done, Sarah. I'm all right. I don't want to press charges. Mr. Wake, my offer still stands.
Get me out of here.
What the hell was that about, Al? We don't need a replay of that thing with the paparazzi. I thought they were gonna lock you up.
I had to talk to someone. I told Barry everything. He thought I was certifiable, but when he heard about the manuscript, I had him. The fact that I'd written something, even if I couldn't remember it, was enough for him. He smelled money. And he believed that Alice had been kidnapped. Anything beyond that was another story. I had a midnight appointment with the kidnapper in a place called Lover's Peak, somewhere in Elderwood National Park. The plan was to rent a cabin.
I don't like it, Al. I don't like any of it. It's not good. In fact, it's the absolute opposite of good.
Mr. Wake!
Oh,
Barry,
Rose.
you found him!
Hi, Rose.
Oh, wow. I was just thinking about you, too.
Great.
I was just bringing Rusty some coffee. He's on the balcony, looking after Max. Poor thing. I really need to go. Great to see you again, Mr. Wake. Later!
Who's Max?
What an airhead.
Jeez, Mr. Takes a swing at everybody. This is not her fault. She's a very nice girl and, more importantly, a fan. She even has a fan site dedicated to you. And she was very helpful when I was looking for you. Seriously, Al, what you were saying in the car, just listen to yourself. What, you shot a guy and his body just disappeared? When was the last time you slept? Are you high? Have you been drinking?
No! Look, Barry, I'm missing a week, and someone's got Alice.
Do you
and everything's
understand what it sounds like when you say stuff like that? Don't get me wrong, it's a good story, could be a bestseller. But when you start confusing fiction with reality, you're buying yourself a ticket to the funny farm.
Wait here.
Да, то есть жди здесь и не уебывайся.
Easy there, boy. I'm almost done.
Hey, Rusty, right? You rent cabins.
Oh, Mr. Wake. I'd shake your hand, but mine are kind of full here. Actually, I'm sorry about this. Would you mind grabbing the registration form from the desk? It's just across from Bucktooth Charlie.
Okay, sure. What happened?
Crazy poachers. Max here got his foot caught in a trap. They're illegal to use here. Hell, you're not supposed to hunt within the park at all. But that doesn't stop some lowlifes. Well, at least Max is gonna be okay. He got lucky.
Blanc.
Max is still groggy from the shot I gave him, and I'd rather not leave him alone just yet. The form's on the desk across from the mammoth
You can't just
skeleton.
go and meet a kidnapper. Those situations always end up in disaster. You gotta talk to the cops.
She's my wife, and it's my call. Can we talk about this later?
No. This whole thing... Listen, you hit your head. I mean, geez, Al, come on. You gotta understand how crazy all this sounds. If you're trying to pull a joke on me, freak me out, it's working. Ha ha, let's have a laugh on Barry. Well, you had me going there real funny, Al. You can quit it now.
Не, чувак, это походу дело не шутка. Сколько же здесь диалогов?
I think this is the form you wanted.
And here are the keys. Okay, you're all set, Mr. Wake. Glad to have you staying here.
Thanks. Can you tell me how to get to Lover's Peak?
Oh, sure. It's at the end of the nature trail. Just follow the paths, you'll get to it eventually. It's an easy walk. Nice spot, too.
Поехали, Берри, трусишка.
Look, Al, you're asking me to believe that you shot a dude who went poof into thin air, a guy who was bulletproof until you pointed a flashlight at him. You hear that from people who end up spending time in padded rooms, strapped to their beds, wearing white shirts with too long tangled up sleeves, and eating a healthy diet of pills. Al, you make cruel jokes about people who believe that kind of stuff.
Поехали,
You're the
Берри.
skeptic. You gave me an hour-long lecture on homeopathy last month.
Ты много говоришь, братан. Хороший парень, но много говоришь.
That's just crazy talk, Al. Al? Al? We should go to the sheriff or call the FBI.
Damn it, Barry, they'll kill her!
This is not a goddamn debate, Barry. I'm going to Lover's Peak. He said to come alone.
Okay then. I understand. You're my best friend and I'm worried that you're not right in the head. Tell me what to do to help and I'll do it.
You stay here, and if I'm not back by morning, call the cavalry.
Аллергик.
Just be careful with the natives, Al. These yokels are dangerous. Everybody hates a tourist, or it'll be deliverance all over again.
Bless you.
Oh, this place is trying to kill me. I'll bet there's mold in here, spores, poison ivy, God knows what. This is so not worth a 15% commission.
Ну, в принципе, я думаю, что на прогулку в лес ночью мы пойдем уже в следующей серии. Всем спасибо. Всем пока.